From the massive Dogecoin warning coming from Binance and huge whale activity for it to the latest updates on inflation and its impacts on cryptos, there is a lot happening right now, so let's talk about it. So first of all, we can see here that there are no signs of any significant momentum in the market, and there is still sideways movement from almost all cryptos. We can see here that Bitcoin is moving sideways, Ethereum is also sitting in a tight range, and other cryptos are also range-bound. Meanwhile, the crypto fear and greed index has fallen to 22 points, and it is now back in the extreme fear zone. So what it means is that investors are still in fear and they are uncertain because there is a lot going on in the global financial markets. From what is happening in Ukraine to rising inflation and the recently released executive order, many things are keeping investors on the sidelines. Now I'll talk about these things in detail, but let's first come to what is happening between Dogecoin and Binance. So what we are now seeing is that crypto exchange Binance has recently suspended Dogecoin withdrawals. And it is not a good thing for Doge and its holders, since we know that a majority of Doge holders are on Binance, and Doge sees significant trading on the platform. So what it means is that the holders are unable to withdraw their coins from the exchange, and it has been affecting the overall trading activity of Doge. Besides, this issue can affect the confidence of holders since they are not able to use the assets they own. And this thing can really degrade them, and most importantly, it can create a lot of uncertainty. Moreover, I think that we might see this thing leading towards a scam, or we may see Binance doing this intentionally. It is too early to say something like this, but we know that Binance has stopped Doge withdrawals in the past as well. We know that it had previously suspended all Dogecoin withdrawals due to a malfunction during a Dogecoin network upgrade. But the situation deteriorated further when Binance requested users to return Doge tokens. So seeing this, some users resorted to Twitter to express their dissatisfaction with the exchange. Moreover, some users complained that Binance withdrew Doge from their accounts without their consent. Now we also know that crypto Twitter was abuzz with reports of a quarrel taking place between Binance CEO Changpeng Zhao and Elon Musk. They were citing their differences as the reason for the interruption in Dogecoin withdrawals. So Elon Musk was actually not happy with Binance suspending Doge withdrawals, and he came to Twitter to raise concerns about it. Musk stated that this situation is sounding shady to him. And he continued attacking the exchange, and he said that Doge holders using Binance should be protected from errors that are not their fault. So as Binance has again suspended Doge withdrawals, we might again see Musk coming to Twitter in support of Doge holders. All in all, suspending Doge withdrawals like this is actually not good for the coin. And no matter what is the exact reason behind this issue can affect the overall trading activity of Doge and eventually its price. So let's hope there is nothing major or shady behind this issue, and let's hope it is only a minor glitch. And now, another big update for Dogecoin is that whales are now buying it on the dips. So we are now seeing that the Dogecoin accumulation rate has increased as the concentration of coins in whale tier wallets increased by 6.8%. It appears that the increase in the accumulation rate is most likely tied to the large discount that Dogecoin trades with. Usually, the increasing volume of funds concentrated in whale wallets is considered a bullish tendency as whales take profits only at the top of the bullish rally on coins. So this latest move from whales means that Doge can avoid further sell-off from here, and we can expect it to sustain its price levels. And now, if we come to its current price movements, we can see here that it is still moving sideways and the overall sentiment is still looking bullish. Moreover, it is now moving below its crucial moving averages, while the daily RSI value is also heading towards negative territory. Now, although this recently started buying mode from whales is bullish for Doge, this issue with Binance can affect its price in the short term. However, we can still expect it to make some bullish moves in the long term. There are a number of reasons for this to happen. But one of the main reasons why Doge and other cryptos can move to the upside is that inflation is continuing to rise. So as per the Bureau of Labor Statistics, the Consumer Price Index rose 7.9% in February compared to last year, marking the fastest annual jump since 1982. This took out January's previous 40-year high rate of 7.5% and matched consensus economist expectations. So the thing is that US consumers paid more for a variety of goods and services in February compared to the prior month and year, with prices climbing across the economy. However, the good news is that when inflation and all of this data come out unfavorable, the crypto market frequently responds positively. This is because the majority of people feel that when inflation becomes severe, the consumer price index will continue to climb, prompting them to choose alternative assets such as crypto. We can see here that the rapid growth of Bitcoin over the past year has made investors see in it the potential to beat inflation. So, instead of putting their money into gold or realty, many of them are entering the crypto industry. So whether or not we witness volatility in the coming days and weeks, this will eventually have a good long-term effect on crypto, in my opinion. Another proof of this is that Bitcoin's inflation is now 5 times less than US dollars, and it is even decreasing from here. With more than 90% of Bitcoin in circulating supply, its inflation rate has gone down to 1.7% and is now 5 times lower than that of the US dollar. So this is now positioning Bitcoin as a potential defense against inflation. Similarly, we can see here that analyst on Chain College is also saying that Bitcoin's inflation rate is currently at around 1.7%, and it is systematically programmed to decrease over time. This is going to happen since the circulation supply of Bitcoin is limited. We know that central banks can print more and more fiat currencies, which makes them deflationary. However, Bitcoin has a limited supply, and no one can just mine more and more Bitcoin. So this clearly makes Bitcoin a good inflation hedge. So as I said before, this quality of Bitcoin and other cryptos means that the long-term outlook for them is quite bullish. We can see here that crypto analyst Michael van de Poppe is also saying the same thing. So he is saying that maybe in the short term, Bitcoin's price will drop due to panic, but in the long term, he thinks that Bitcoin is by far the best bet against inflation. Besides, this rising inflation is also good for Dogecoin. Experts agree that Dogecoin, just like Bitcoin, is a great hedge against inflation. This means that investors will now get more focused on Doge and other cryptos instead of fiat currencies. Moreover, not only individual investors are going to be interested in investing in Doge, major firms will also show some interest in it since they want to avoid their business losses caused by rising inflation. Now, if we come to Bitcoin's current price, we can see that it is moving sideways. But the point is that Bitcoin may be showing a lot of volatility right now, and it is struggling to find any pace as of now. And we have just seen that this rising inflation is going to encourage more and more investors to join the crypto market. And this thing can take Bitcoin to new highs over the long term. Meanwhile, there are some other factors that are pointing out a strong Bitcoin breakout on 28 March 2022. So we are now seeing that Bitcoin's price is repeating the same accumulation again, and hence seems to mirror a similar breakout it did before. After May 2021, Bitcoin underwent an accumulation phase that carried on for a couple of months. Moreover, the price took another 10 days to break out from the accumulation and rallied high more than 60%. Currently, Bitcoin is accumulating in a similar way, and hence a very similar breakout is expected on 28 March. On the other hand, popular crypto analyst Benjamin Cowan is saying that one on-chain metric suggests that Bitcoin's bull cycle is likely to continue. Cowan is saying that in past Bitcoin bull market cycles, the realized market cap to thermocap ratio has hit new all-time highs, and that hasn't happened yet in the current cycle. So seeing this, he is saying that we have spoken about lengthening cycles for a long time, but even if lengthening cycles play out, he imagines it won't likely be obvious until either the end of this year or sometime in 2023. Meanwhile, Galaxy Digital CEO Mike Novogratz is saying that crypto and blockchain have enough potential to reshape the world in unimaginable ways. He is saying that President Joe Biden's much-talked-about executive order is welcomed engagement from the White House. He thinks that it gives the crypto industry much-needed legitimacy by directing federal agencies to regulate it. So cryptos can now be viewed as a standalone investment vehicle instead of merely a tool for speculation. So this is good news for cryptos, and it is now highly expected that this order is going to leave bullish impacts on cryptos in the future. And now coming back to Dogecoin, it is expected that it is going to show some more volatility in the short term. But we have just seen that inflation is going to be bullish for cryptos, and this is why I think that Doge is going to rise to the upside in the long term. In any case, what are your thoughts on this? Where do you think Doge is heading from here? Let me know in the comments section below.